Good morning everyone, I hope you're all well today. We're going to start with today's video, which is do they know how you feel? So I'd like to say thank you to Soul Scientist for this request, and thank you to anybody and everybody who has commented recently or liked or subscribed. Thank you ever so much. Right then, as usual we've got three piles, pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3 to find out do they know how you feel for them.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Hi there, pile number 1. Let's get started. Right, the answer is yes. So you don't actually need to watch the rest. The answer is yes. I'm going to go through why I think it's a yes bit by bit, and then maybe in the comment section you can tell me which bits are true or if any of it is true. Right, your person is coming across as Capricorn and the 9 of Cups, and this energy makes me think of somebody who's quite solid, quite sort of focused, very much in touch with everyday life and what they're doing and where they want to go. But with the 9 of Cups, it's almost a bit sort of a self-satisfied, smug feel about it, not in an aggressive way, but more in a case of somebody who's been loved when they're young, and somebody who just knows that perhaps people find them attractive and that's the way that life goes. It's a real strange feel when I put these out, because your energy is totally different. This person has comes across to me as somebody who is loved by their grandparents and always gets really, big, nice Christmas presents, and it just accepts who they are and expects people to like them. So it's not a shocker. It's not something that is a great revelation to them. It's just like, yeah, I know he or she likes me. It's that type of feeling. Somebody very grounded, but with a high sense of self-esteem. You're coming across, on the other hand, as I don't know how to take this, to be honest, but the Tower and Eris, it's like a wrecking ball. It's like somebody who's so powerful and likes to blow situations out of the water. It's somebody who is, I wouldn't say intense, because I don't get although it is a Pluto card, I don't get the feeling intense. It's just somebody who, if they are this and your energy is this, it's somebody who could blow their life to pieces. There's something to do with your situation and your relationship that could possibly be a huge game changer in their life. That's what I'm picking up. And I think the ball's in your court on this one, because I think that you are more likely to instigate things. This is what I'm picking up from the beginning. I'm going to go through it bit by bit. Right. Yeah, this person knows that you like them. I've got to go through this whole spread, not so much with the answer being yes or no, but basically what do they pick up about your feelings? I think, to me, it feels quite intense. You've got the Judgment card for their hopes and fears, and in the past you've got, and the 3 of Swords. So it's almost like an ultimatum feeling, as if this person knows that you feel for them, and it may be left unsaid, but it's almost as if you don't return these feelings, then it's quite difficult between the pair of us, or we've got to separate, or you have separated in the past. It has a feeling of you wanting the relationship to be intense. You want more from this person, and this person expects people to come towards them, and is sort of sitting there almost a bit gormless in a way, and doesn't know what to do. I don't know whether in the past that this has caused some sort of scenario where you have had to pull out to keep your, I'm going to say, self-respect. Because if you are this intense, I don't think you're the type of person to say, I really fancy you and walk off. This person will know your feelings and know that they're bubbling, but it's almost you possibly could have pulled back or pulled away from the situation, or you may not be together. With this 3 of Swords in the background makes me think that you have decided that they need to make the move, that it's their move next, because I think you're the person that seems to either always make the first move or always let the other person know that you like them. The reason I think that they know how you feel is that the first card that came out is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is clarity, it's openness, it's communication, and that's crossed with justice, and then it ends up with the Two of Cups. So to me, that is, this person knows how you feel about them, and this goes very much with their Nine of Cups and Capricorn here. It's fair, it's open, it's honest, and that's just the way it is. They accept it without drama. And the Two of Cups is basically, they feel the same. The exchange of emotions, the exchange of feelings is reciprocated, and it's equal on both sides. It's equal on both sides. Now, I think you possibly could have worked together with the Eight of Pentacles, but there's been some sort of shift in the past with your relationship. If you haven't worked together with the Eight of Pentacles, it's a situational relationship that you have worked at together. So there's either history behind it or a work connection, like an everyday communication, or you basically are pushed together through some sort of financial obligation in the past. But now I think you have pulled away. And I think it's pulled away emotionally because you have this Four of Wands card above you, which is stability, with the Two of Wands, which makes me feel of two people that work in a stable environment, but there's a lot of looking and watching. And it's almost as if you may have put your feelers out, you may have told this person, verbally told them rather than just them picking up intuitively. And that's where it lays at the moment. That's where it lies at the moment. You, I think, are rather confused and almost pulling back into some sort of mysterious energy, because I think that I'm going to say passion, the feelings are rumbling deep inside you. And Eris is the type of, there's some myth that goes with this, and I've got such a bad memory. It's basically, what I remember is a tea party, and I always think of the Mad Hatter's tea party, and somebody goes and throws an apple into the middle of it and everything explodes. There's like an argument explodes. And that with the Tower makes me think that your feelings are intense, but with the Moon, you're confused on how to show them. You know the other person's picked them up, because the Moon also is lots of intuition, lots of things left unsaid. And you're confused what to do next. Now this person, your person who you're asking about, is coming across as quite a sweet, sweet energy. This reminds me of the type of kid that was really sweet in school and spoke to teachers really nicely and is just very kind and just expects life to be running along in some humdrum fashion, and then you come in with your passion and your intensity, and their feelings are very open and honest and sweet and loving towards you. But I think you have more sexual feelings, more intense feelings, and I wonder whether it's you that's actually pulled out with the Three of Swords here of this relationship. I've just realised you can't see the cards at the bottom. Your cards behind are like a connection that's either got some history behind it with the Eight of Pentacles, or you've worked on it, or you work together. And then, have I showed you these? I don't know. And the Three of Swords to me is a separation. I think it's you that's caused this separation. You are looking for balance with this relationship. You are looking from a distance. And I think this person, I don't think this person knows how you feel, and they feel the same, but I think your feelings are far more sexual and far more passionate. Their feelings are just genuine affection and love in a sweet mummy's boy, mummy's girl type of way, which I don't know what I mean by that, but that Capricorn and that Nine of Cups makes me think of somebody who's quite self-satisfied in the nicest way, and quite that person that turns up to work. I'm thinking Boxer from Animal Farm here. That person that turns up to work is, generally nice to everybody, is attracted to you, then goes home and wakes up and does the same again, which sounds really awful, but it's just that genuine sweet feeling of somebody who doesn't at this very moment in their life search for anything else. They're just happy in who they are and where they are, and then here you are with these feelings. Right, I'm going to put some extra cards on here just to get a little bit more of information. So do they know how you feel? Without doubt they know how you feel. I don't think they know the intensity of your feelings. They just know that there is a connection there with you, and they're attracted to you, and they know that you feel the same. And they feel like genuine. Page of Cups is just sweet, sweet, sweet feelings. Two of Cups, once again, just honest, sweet, open feelings too. And this person, I think, is a very genuine person. And I wonder whether you've been attracted to them because of the qualities that you have in yourself that are very similar. But then along the line, you've started some sort of rumblings going on that you can't quite control. Some sort of Pluto rumbling going on there that is just making you feel really intense. You know, like dreaming about them, thinking about them continually. The Tower card there, an Aries card here, and you're almost at the point that you could do something about it. I don't know whether you have already, the Three of Swords, or whether you've just pulled yourself back out of the situation because you don't want to get hurt. But it's almost like the Judgment card, and their hopes and fears, or what they've picked up, a Judgment, Three of Swords. So they feel that you've pulled away. It is like an ultimatum. It's almost as if they know that you've pulled away. They might not know why you've pulled away. You will know why, if that is true. Let's just get a little bit more about this situation. Okay, so I think for you to move forward with this Tower card here, I think for you to move forward with this person is going to cause a lot of, okay, you've got the two, I'll explain it. It actually comes out better once I start explaining with the cards. The Two of Cans is the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Spray Cans is the Eight of Swords. So this is like weighing up a decision. You don't know whether to go forward, you don't know whether to go backwards. You've got emotions rumbling up behind you and you don't know what to do next. The Eight of Spray Cans is almost the same. It's like trapped with your own thoughts. There's a lot of thoughts going on here. There are feelings definitely as well, but there are a lot of thoughts. And this person possibly is coming across as the King of Swords. So, right, I'm going to start summing this up. Now I've had a good look at all the piles. To me, your person strikes me as somebody who is quite restrained, somebody who might have a sort of austere quality about them, but somebody who has been much loved or is very content in themselves and the way that they are and who they are and where they are in life. Now, there's definitely clarity in this situation and there's a sense of fairness here. So this person knows how you feel and is happy with that. They feel the same. The emotions are reciprocated. The emotions are genuine on both sides. I think that you possibly have pulled away from the situation because I think you feel your feelings are intense. And you just want to feel, I'm going to say stayed. You just want everything to feel balanced. You possibly work with this person. And at the moment, I think you are quite balanced. I think the situation is you two possibly in a building, in a work scenario with a lot of looking and waiting and watching and staring. You are in turmoil emotionally because you don't know whether to go forwards or backwards. They think everything is sweet and lovely and beautiful and that you just get on really well. And they have no idea of what is rumbling inside you. Okay. So the answer to your question is, do they know how you feel for them? The answer is yes, they know, but they don't know how much. They just think there is genuine affection there and there is possibly more the Two of Cups. There's a good friendship there, possibly Page of Cups. It's like a love feeling, genuine affection, I would say. I don't think they're aware of the intensity and probably the passion behind your feelings for them. Right, pile number one, I'm going to finish there. I hope that makes sense to you. Thank you for listening and good luck with that. I don't know how well you are keeping this to yourself. I don't think they've picked up this, but they definitely know that you have feelings for them and they feel the same. Right, thank you very much for listening and I hope to see you again. Bye. Hi there, pile two. Your cards are out because I have had a humdinger of a false start. Basically, just, I don't know, couldn't get my words out. So here we go. So your reading hopefully should be a little bit better because I've seen this pile already and gone a little bit through it for a couple of minutes. Your person is coming across as a sacred fire, which is a real sort of karmic feel about it. Your person is coming across as Scorpio also. So these two together make me feel of somebody who likes a bond that they feel has gone through lifetimes, and with Scorpio there, they want an intensity to this bond. So they're looking for somebody who's not frivolous, couldn't say it last time, frivolous. They want somebody who meets them on the intensity of the connection that they're looking for. You're coming across as somebody who could do that because you've got Vesta and the Ace of Cups. So there are genuine, huge feelings of emotional, I'm not going to say connection because it's not the Two of Cups, an emotional outpouring. You've got the energy inside you to give a huge amount emotionally to somebody, and you give out freely, or just this moment in your life, it's outpouring out of you. So if this person wants to capture it, now's the time. And Vesta as well is, to me, is more sisterhood, but it's still a loyal connection. So I think that's where you two bond. I think that that's where the attraction is. You like loyalty, and you've got a lot to give. This person would smell that, they would sense that, because with Scorpio there, they would sense your emotions and they would be pulling it towards them. And you'd be like magnetised and just getting, you like the iron filings going towards the magnet. Sacred fire here, as I've said, is somebody who wants a connection that isn't just for one night. It's somebody who likes to feel that connection has gone on for lifetimes. Right, so the question was, do they know how you feel? I'm not going to answer that yet, but there is a maturity with this pile, because the hopes and fears is the King of Swords, and behind you you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this talks to me of restraint. I think the feelings are there for both of you, and you're both very capable of expressing them. But it makes me feel with a Scorpio and with a Vesta and all this sort of it's like a strong undercurrent here. You are like a strong undercurrent. The pair of you are like something getting carried away with currents at the bottom of the sea. But there's a maturity here that you're not going to let it out bubble into the public or into the public arena unless you think it's the right thing to do, the timing's right and the situation is right. That was something I got quite a strong feeling for as I was going through this pile, that it's a feeling of maturity and restrained behaviour and a feeling of secrecy. Now, this person knows you like them because they've got the Nine of Cups here. They've picked up from you the attraction, and it's almost as if they feel the same, and the fact that they've picked it up that you are giving out the same energy has just made them feel like the cat that's got the cream. But the Hangman is making me think that you two aren't doing anything about it. I think it's the other person that is basically not doing much at all about this. I don't know. It speaks it speaks to me of secrecy. It speaks to me of trying to handle a situation, but there's not going to be a winner at the end of it. And I don't know what I mean by that. The Queen of Swords is very balanced, very mentally balanced, and only gives when they think it's the right thing to do and the right time to do it. And I'm getting this feeling from all over the pile. The High Priestess is somebody who I'm going to say secret then. I think your feelings for this person are quite intense, and the timing to you is right, and you're both looking for the right timing to reveal your feelings to each other. So I think your person knows how you feel, but I don't think you two have expressed it openly. You are chugging away at this relationship. They are pretending that they don't know anything's going on, but you end up both with the Ace of Wands at the end. So there's okay, it's coming together slowly. Right. So if the question is, do they know how you feel? Yes, but I think they think your feelings are emotional, and I think as it progresses, they are beginning to realize that their response to these feelings is actually physical. So the response that you're going to get back is more physical and not just emotional, and I think you're a mixture of both. But I think as well, there's something going on here that you've got to keep it secret. The High Priestess is secrecy. The Queen of Swords is somebody who speaks when they want to say what they want to say and not before and nothing else after. And then this ends with the Ace of Wands, which is very passionate, but you've got the Hierophant with it, which is very contained, very controlled, and then you've got an anxiety card with it. So there's something going on in this pile which I have to basically root through until I can answer the question completely, or else I'm just looking at a relationship here. Not just a relationship, it's not answering your question, is what I mean. Right, I'm just going to dig through slowly because yours is quite complicated because there's feelings flying everywhere. I think your person is quite intense and they're very good at reading situations below the surface. They're looking for a connection that balances them and that makes them feel equal with regards to what they're getting back from somebody else emotionally. You can do that easily. You've got Vesta here, which is a real strong loyal bond, and you've got the Ace of Cups, which is a epiphany or some sort of explosion of emotions inside you. The time is right, the person is right. I think that you've both come to the decision behind the surface that you're going to deal with this connection maturely, and I don't know whether there's a work connection here or you've just come to the decision that if you two are together, somebody is going to get shoved out. You're going to hurt somebody. The Five of Swords is behind you, is maturity, but the feeling that whatever happens, there will be somebody, or there has already been somebody, who feels like they're left out of the situation, or somebody just doesn't win. It's like arguing with family. You know, you argue with your family, you're all hurt. Nobody's a winner in that one. You make this person feel good because they know that you feel the same. So yes, they do know how you feel, but there's secrecy, there's control, there's a work situation, them trying to be very nonchalant about everything. But the end result is a huge welling up of physical feelings from both sides, but with restriction. It just feels contained, this one. This whole pile feels contained and restricted, as if you have to play a game for a situation, or which has got to do with relationships or to do with where you work or where this relationship plays out. But the bond between them and what they pick up is your intensity, I suppose, your loyalty and your intensity, and the fact that you're just ripe for Ace of Cups. You are just the... Some people, I don't think, have the capacity at times in their lives, basically through hurt or even through depression, to give out that much. And there's other times when it flows out of them. And you are somebody who is basically at that right time where you can give a lot, and they can smell this, they can feel it. It's like falling in love when you're young, and it excites them. Nine of Cups makes them feel good, but you're not doing anything. I don't know what's going on between you all. So this is, if this carries on and this relationship carries on with this sort of passion of feelings and intensity, then, and this is ending up with the Ace of Wands, so it's going to be like almost as if you're all going to walk around with a pain in your pants. Right, to answer the question, so do they know how you feel? Yes. They do, because they're very similar to you, and you're both of you are basically kicking your heels around trying to find a way to express yourselves. Real restriction of expression here. I don't know whether you work together. I think you're doing most of the work. I think you're the one that's doing most of the work to try and sort this out. They are very open to it, but I think that you are having to do a lot of the work. I think it'd be a good idea, although I think whatever you do, the passion, the feelings are there, but we're still with that contained feel about it. You're both coming across too cool. Not inwardly cool, inwardly rumbling and emotional, but outwardly you're both playing hard to get. Let me Oh, this is so interesting. Maybe put some more on you too. There's restriction, there's convention, there's passion, there's an explosion of feelings from your side. They're trying to keep things really controlled, but their emotions are controlled but intense. There's knowing whatever you do that one person or both of you, one of you won't win. You're doing, I think, a lot of the legwork in this relationship. They're almost thinking, if I just sit still, it will sort itself out type of feeling. Now, they've come across twice as feeling very self-content, very smug and indecisive. Let's see what you come out. You're coming across as wanting clarity. You want to deal with the situation in a mature way, which I've said all along, but I think, okay, this is making me give me more of a picture. You are the one. You both feel it, you're both very similar, you both got respect for each other, and you don't want to upset the apple cart. It's not Eris, is it? It's the last one. You want clarity. This person is good. I get the feeling, although they feel the same, is not prepared to do anything to get out of their comfort zone, and is likely to let the relationship go rumbling, down a merry path unless you do something. Which I'm not advocating that you do that. I'm just saying that's the situation. So go back, and I'm going back again. Sorry. Do they know how you feel? Yes, they do, but they are almost. They feel that they're restricted when in reality they feel they're restricted and they can't. Their hands are tied. They can't do anything to do with the situation, which could be something quite traditional. Bless me, excuse me. Oh, bless me, excuse me. Which in reality is not as traditional as that person may think. It's basically their fear about getting closer to you. So shake them up a bit. Shake them up a bit, I think. Don't reveal too much of yourself. Don't put yourself on the line. Keep yourself to yourself. This person feels for you. They recognise your intensity. But this person is almost, I'm getting a feeling of a sense of holding back. I'm going to say lazy, but it's not lazy. It's basically, it'll work itself out, or he or she will make the first move, or we'll see how it goes. That sort of laissez-faire, is it? I don't know what the words are. And I think they need to do a bit of the work because you're both very similar, but I think you've done your legwork. That's you. This is them. You've worked for it. You've put the effort in. This person knows you like them. 4 of Cups is basically, we'll see what he or she does. Let's see what happens next. You want clarity, so you're going to push it. They are there with the passion and the feelings, but actually, no, I can't do it because it's a work situation and it might ruin everything, or I can't do that because that would ruin this relationship, or I can't do it. It's that type of feeling of them tiptoeing and waiting for you to be the brave one. There's a secrecy here, but you both make each other feel good. Right, pile number 2. I hope that makes sense to you. Please let me know. And good luck with that. And hold back and let them do some work for once. Right, and hope to see you again. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. Let's have a look at you. Do they know how you feel? Let's go. Do they know how you feel? Them. Oh, Big Daddy. Hey, Pam 2, what's gone on between you two? Right, okay. Crikey, where do I start? Do they know how you feel? Your person is coming across as the King of Pentacles and Saturn. These two together make me, I just said, I don't know if you'll get this because it will be edited with bits of music in. Big Daddy. It's somebody who thinks they're in charge, who likes to be in charge, and sees people as, with quite a paternal eye, somebody who sees people as, to, in a nice way, to provide for, to be there and to make things easier. It's a type of, if it's I'm going to be, no, I won't say that. Somebody who works hard, somebody who likes to take responsibility, somebody who likes to provide. But that always comes with some sort of expectations in some ways, that if they're providing and they're doing the big daddy act, then you're a child in their eyes, or you could possibly be told off occasionally. It depends what role you want to play. This person's coming across as quite strong and quite focused, but almost with boundaries. It's like a business person feel about it, or just somebody who comes and helps. She's very kind, but makes sure that you know what they've done. Not in a nasty way, but that's just the role that they play, which is fine. You're coming across as a similar strength of character with the Magician and the Mars card. In fact, yours is probably a little bit more gutsy strength. It's probably a bit more flash in the pan strength. You probably take a different tack at the way that you do things, and I think that you probably are not very predictable. You're probably somebody, if you two are fighting, just say you were let loose and you were animals, you would have bit this person's ear off in the first 5 minutes, although you were probably, those cards you get as kids when you have like marks for how strong you are, you would both be on par with each other, but you would be in and bit this tiger's ear off and be out again before they knew what was coming. With the Magician and Mars here, this person's strong, but they're strong and stable. You are strong, but you are strong and quick. It's that type of feel. You're more unpredictable, they're more balanced. Both as fierce. You are both as fierce as each other. So a real strength coming from both of you from these cards here. This one's more long-winded and probably would be the tortoise in the relationship. I'm not trying to set you off against each other. I'm just trying to explain the energies, because you both come out as very strong masculine cats in this. And you are more flash in the pan, more mouthy, more fierce, but you've forgotten about it very quickly. This person won't see you coming. This isn't answering your question, I know, but I'm just trying to pick up the energies. Right then, so do they know how you feel? I think something's gone on between you two that has been quite painful. I think in the past, because you have got, for hopes and fears, Ten of Swords, so that makes me think, with the other cards as well, that I think there's been some sort of feisty scrapping going on between both you cats. I don't know what, but the Ten of Swords is a painful, and the Justice card behind is you both trying to weigh up, or this person, I don't know who it is to be honest. Do they know how you feel? Okay, they've picked up that you are trying to weigh up what's going on in your heart compared to what's going on in your head. You don't know which way to go, and I wonder whether you've been a bit tetchy with them, or you've given them an ultimatum, or you basically, they know that you feel for them, but you also have a quality of being as fierce as they are and not taking any crap. It's almost like, here I am in this situation, I will be quite genuine with how I feel. I don't know if you've expressed it verbally, but you're prepared to express it verbally, I get the feelings. But it's almost like, if you tread on me, that's it. There's just a fierceness about this pile. And the reason why I think something's happened between you two is you've got the Ten of Swords, which is painful ending. You've got the Five of Swords, which is basically feeling left out in the cold, crossed with secrets. And then the end result is the Tower, which is a real power-packed punch. So something has happened between you two, and I think this person knows. I think this person may have hurt you, or vice versa. They think that you are in a state of mind where you feel like you're trying to weigh up what's happened, you're trying to gather your self-esteem in some way, and that you have genuine, honest feelings for them, but you're not really sure what's going on. You're trying to think about how to do things logically. This is the past. Something has happened in the past. You've got the Five of Cups as well for you. And the Five of Cups is that card with the camera over the girl's eyes. And it's something to do with the past. There's some past hurt going between you, and this person knows it. Right, this is what they're picking up. So this is all the past. So what the energy that they're getting from you at the moment is feisty. Not fiery feisty, just I've thought about this, I know what I'm doing and I'm sticking to my guns. You've got the Princess of Pentacles, which to me, with the cards that have gone behind it and with the Princess Swords, everything's okay. I can see, like, you can see the bones in the situation. You know what's going on with the relationship, but you are dealing with it in a very practical and logical way. You've almost shut off your emotions because of something that's happened between the pair of you, and you're doing a real grand job of it. This person feels like they're basically at the whim of whatever you're going to do next. Do you know what it makes me think of? Somebody, it's like some sort of fairy tale where you both know there's attraction there. And I don't know whether this person has not shown you enough, or hasn't been able to show you enough, or can't show you enough. It's almost as if you've retreated into some coven or something, stirred up some spell, and you're coming back, you know exactly what you're going to do, and that's how you're going to get them. And they're just sitting there waiting for it. It makes me think, though, that you have changed your disposition and your attitude to this relationship. It makes me think of my sister who works with somebody, and there's this guy who comes into their work and everybody fancies him, and this girl basically went out with him. They had a couple of what my dad would say were dates. And he basically just moves on to the next one very quickly, and then phones up or comes in the next time into work. Everything's fine, and he's just like been out with 3 girls in between and not said anything, you know. But he's like in between, is saying, "Move up to where I live. We can go travelling around the world." It makes me think. Oh, and then sorry, I've got track here. And she said, "Whatever's going to happen, I'm not going to let him win. I'm not going to let him play me like this." And so she didn't like go off crying. She basically played him back and won. This is what this feeling is getting me thinking and feeling of. That doesn't make sense, does it? You're quite a tough character, and you know how to deal with this person, and you've got a plan because you're going to come out winning. And whatever happens, even if you don't get to be with this person, which is probably where the attraction started in the first place, it makes me feel with the Mars card here, with the Prince of Swords here, the Prince of Pentacles here, you've got a plan, and I don't know what you're up to. Oh my God. Whatever plan you've got up your sleeve is quite intense. You two are playing with fire. This person knows it, and this person is basically stumpified. I just made that word up. Stumpified at what you're up to. They know you're up to something. They can sense it. You may be hurt over something in the past, or you may not be getting what you want out of this relationship. So what you're doing, it's almost as if you are in your coven, stirring your stew and planning a plan of attack. And this person, hangman, is sat there almost numb. They have no idea what you're up to. They can smell, they can sense it, but you have got a real sort of, I'm going to win at all costs feeling here. All right, here's your pile. Very interesting. Hold on, let me put some more. Let me put some extra cards out because this is really interesting. And I'll go through it quickly and I'll explain why I'm coming out with such strange observations, I suppose. Okay. I think that there has been, or there still are, just genuine sweet feelings between the pair of you, but I think you've got draw the raised bridge here with the 5 of Swords, and you've got the Mother of, I have to change them slowly for myself, the Queen of Swords with this one. I think you are fierce. Right, okay. This is funny. Right, pile number 3. Let's go through your pile. The question was, do they know how you feel? Yes, and they are petrified of you. They're coming across as the King of Pentacles and Saturn, so I think they have spent their whole life being self-contained and very responsible and plodding slowly through life. You're coming across as the Magician of Mars. Both of the cards both of the piles of cards for you and him or her come out as extremely strong. Both driven, the tortoise and the hare. But your strength is in the fact that you can take a different tact and you can rebound far quicker than this person can. You're quite fierce with the Mars card. You are able to know what you want and go after it. Behind you, there's a feeling of hurt, but you have opened your heart to this person in some way, even if you haven't shown them clearly. And then now you have almost retracted back into your head rather than your heart, because you have got the Five of Swords here, which to me makes me think of somebody who feels defeated, as if you can't move forward in this relationship. So what you've done, the High Priestess here is like secrets, but to me, with the Prince of Swords here, which is the very sort of clear-cut little ideas, is something. Princess of Pentacles as well. It's plotting and planning. It's like somebody is making up some spell to make things equal. Something to do with the past again, and in your past, as I said before, you've got the Ace of Cups and you've got Justice cards. So you need some balance. You need something to be brought up that makes things feel fair again. I don't know what this person's done to you. Please don't do anything awful to them. They're coming across as mute and sat there and waiting for it. And then the end result is, hopes and fears as well is just as good. Ten of Swords is pain, and then the end result is the Tower. It makes me feel that this is some Western showdown. I don't know what's going on between the pair of you. It's like a Western showdown that is almost... nobody's going to be a winner in this one. Unless you calm down. It's like your mum talking, isn't it? Unless things calm down. Right, let me just put a few cards, because I don't really know what has happened between the pair of you. It might not be quite as dramatic as I'm picking up here. It may be just basically, they know that you like them, and they know that they possibly haven't given you enough, so you are plotting and planning on how to get closer, and you just feel like left out, to be honest. And the Tower card could be basically the relationship may not get together, and it just could be a bit of angst. So to calm that down a bit, rather than it being, really exciting showdown with Clint Eastwood in, that could be the possibility. Both the same thing, but just a few levels down. And it's almost as if you're taking a really intellectual and almost, I'm going to say covert then, but I don't mean it, approach to the situation. I can't help it, to be honest. Prince of Swords, as soon as I pick this up, with these really powerful cards here, the Prince of Swords is somebody who uses their mind, and because it's such a small card rather than the King of Swords, it's something small and planned, like, just like a shopping list. And here with this card, you can see internally what's going on. So to me, it's like the bare bones of the relationship, and you trying to make it work in some intellectual way. So you're planning with the Princess of Pentacles here. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything else. Let me just put some extra cards down, just to see why. Okay. You just feel as if everything's unclear. You're probably, either there's some other woman involved, or there's another person involved in this situation, and the situation feels unclear, and you feel slightly left out. So I think that you are quite a strong person who does not take standing on the sidelines very well, and your person is exactly the same. So what you're doing, and if it's not as intense as, it sounded fantastic before, but if it's not that intense, it's just somebody who wants to be recognised, and this person is making you feel shoved out. So you are scurrying off and doing some sort of scheming and planning and plotting on how to make sure that this person recognises you for your worth. The Five of Cups, something has happened in the past, and I don't actually think that you're going to get your self-worth from this person. The two Tower cards at the end with the Two of Pentacles. It's almost as if you need to revert back to your Magician card and think of some way to build who you are by being yourself, because your strength of character here with the Magician and Mars, is huge. And as are they, but they're much more of a slow burner. Okay, right, I'm going to stop there because I feel like I am digging a hole there, and I don't want you basically running off and coming together with some plan of attack. So I'm trying to retract it here. But it's just a bit of fun, really, just to say that I don't think that you feel as if you've been acknowledged by this person. And so you're basically wondering what to do next. Can you tell that I'm trying to basically play this down? Right, pile 3, I'm going to stop there. I hope that's not going to help you in any way whatsoever, is it? Apart from the ending the Tower card, just don't do it. Just pull back on yourself, make yourself really happy. And the answer to the question, do they know how you feel? Yeah, they know how you feel, but they have no idea what you've got up your sleeve. This person is the Hangman and the King of Pentacles and Saturn. This person they're not emotional. I think this person knows they've hurt you, and this person probably understands that you may have pulled out of the situation because you're not getting what you want. But this person is not thinking about things emotionally. And I wonder whether you are as well. Apart from the hurt, you have in the past, but I think that you are churning towards getting a hold on your emotions and trying to think of things logically and how to move forward. I don't know what's happened with this one. So interesting though. And the Tower card at the end. I don't know. To me, with the Tower card twice at the end and the Two of Pentacles, I wouldn't invest. If you do feel like this, don't invest too much in it, because you don't want to get hurt. I would basically pull back and ignore the situation you're in until it passes a little bit more, rather than push forward, especially if it's not positive for you or them, because with this strength of character, it could be a real play on between the pair of you. So once again, do they know how you feel? I think they know that they may have hurt you, or they may not. They may feel like they've left you out, but they don't know probably that you've taken it quite to heart, maybe. Okay, I'm going to finish there, pile 3. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you again. Bye.